How do I change Open with PowerShell to Open with Command Prompt when shift right-clicking in Explorer? Shift right-clicking an empty spot in Explorer displays Open with PowerShell instead of Open with Command Prompt since the Creators Update, 2017-04. How can I get the old behavior back where it shows Open with Command Prompt? I tried changing the setting Show PowerShell instead of Command Prompt when right-clicking the Start menu or pressing Windows plus X to off, but that didn't change the Shift plus right-click menu.
Open regedit.x, go to key_classes_root/directory/shell/cmd, take ownership of the key, add your user account full permissions and change the name of the word from hide based on velocity to show based on velocity to enable the command prompt entry again. Or apply Andrew Richards' tweak to have both shown, CMD and PowerShell, also with entry to have Elevate, running as admin, version. By importing his reg file, create a new text file, paste the content and rename the file extension to reg.
As a quick alternative to the other answers, you can type CMD on the address bar of Explorer to open a command prompt CD to the current directory. If you are more of a keyboard person, you can use the Ctrl+L shortcut to focus the address bar and then type CMD. This works for PowerShell too. Edit, August 2, 2021, as at pj.dewitt pointed out, you may need to use the .exe extension, i.e., cmd.exe, PowerShell.exe.
This is extremely easy to accomplish. In the taskbar and Start Menu Properties window, go to the Navigation tab and uncheck the Replace Command Prompt with Windows PowerShell option. Click Apply for the change to take effect. Sources: replace Command Prompt with PowerShell on Power User menu in Windows 10. Show Command Prompt or PowerShell in Win plus X Power User Tasks menu in Windows 10. Additional source: Microsoft replaces Command Prompt with PowerShell as Windows 10 default shell.
To summarize all research and improving Andrew Richards' registry tweak, I got rid of annoying sub-menus by utilizing single runos verb for legacy command prompt and implementing elevated entry for PowerShell using start process from non-elevated instance called by cmd.x. V-flag specifies verb set to runos triggers elevation via UAC prompt. A stands for argument list that passes no exit option that prevents new PS window from closing upon start, and set location option is self-explanatory. % passes initial path for new command prompt. When files/folders is selected, it will pass the location of item that was right-clicked on. If nothing is selected, it is equal to working directory. Note: escaping double quotes dictated by reg file syntax as line should be seen as at equals and LT, command and GT, where and LT, command and GT, is what actually ends up in key value data. And the most critical part is proper use of necessary to specify that first instance of PowerShell should not pass quoted contents at all and pass arguments literally, while preserving setter for final PowerShell to be able to ignore any rogue and amp. %v variable is expanded by explorer.x prior to any execution, so we don't have to worry about it. Nothing new, but it makes sense since this implementation preserves backwards compatibility. Legacy cmd will start even if PowerShell executable does not exist. Combination of runos registry key placed directly inside shell key is what grants permissions. And since there may be only one such key in any unique shell key, hence the limitation that forced Andrew to not only use sub-menus, but make them separate for cmd/ps instead of single sub-menu. By using single root runos key for elevated, cmd.x, explicitly and spawning other entries with PowerShell, it is possible to avoid annoying sub-menus. So my custom .reg file looks like this. If possible to avoid modifications to existing entries' behavior, it is much less messy to, instead of taking ownership of system entries in registry, simply create own. This should explain why I reuse default entry which is missing icon, and why the only difference of elevated prompt entries is a tiny shield icon. Instead of hardwiring text captions to specific language, lines like at equals at shell32.dll, -8506, allow entries to stay localized. Using to comment/uncomment extended equals line allow to unhide/hide respectively. This entry form default right-click menu. Hidden one is still accessed by shift plus right-click. In my registry file, entry for elevated cmd is show by default, rest is hidden behind shift plus R and B. Directory /shell path corresponds to right-click on any folder. Drive /shell to system drives. Directory /background/shell to background area of working directory and Explorer window. By my observation, entries in right-click context menu are sorted in alphanumeric order, the same as they are read from registry. This should explain names for keys in my reg file. other than that they better be pretty unique to not collide with anything possible.